It says you're pregnant.
Yeah, I think Mr. Elwood could be onto something. I know New Zealand does have a real problem with teenage pregnancy, and a lot of teenage girls are dressing as middle-aged men and going out on boats just to score.
Yeah.
It's amazing what girls will do. They can be quite slutty. You'd know that down here. Either that, or this could be about the big story this week about how they're trying to stop boaties going out and getting all boozed.
Yeah, well done, Paul. Maritime agencies are calling for government action as a loophole in the law means they're powerless to prosecute drunken boaties. Look, I think if the law has changed, the TV ad campaign is going to be the most interesting bit, isn't it, You know I can't drive your ghost ships. They might pull them over, but they could still do that thing the American cops do, make them get out and walk in a straight line.
That's a great idea.
Then they can test if they're driving under the influence of Jesus.
Yeah, really good idea.
Hey, you guys should just do what we do in Australia, and if people do illegal stuff on boats, you just burn their hands and tow them to Indonesia.
Yeah, but we've got a strict don't drink and fry policy, so...
But no one's going to go fishing anymore, because if you're out on the water and you can't drink, everyone's going to realise how fucking boring fishing actually is.
Yeah. I think you would want to drown.
Here's something I just thought of. Do you reckon fish genitals smell like people?
You know... You know that there's at least 1,000 people out there who are going, I'm going to fucking find out. Ting 2, you're up now. What is the story here, please?
Oh, storing that jar of peanut butter in my pants seems like a bad move.
You'll never guess what I found in my bloody boogie board bag.
Later in life, C-3PO became a human.
Well, I think it's obvious. Colin Craig tried to buy a fridge off Russell Norman. Russell Norman was claiming he was having a sale at the time. It turns out he wasn't having a sale. Colin Craig had to pay full price for the fridge unless he'd bum Russell Norman for half price.
No. Conservative Party leader Colin Craig is threatening defamation action against Russell Norman for comments he made at Auckland's Big Gay Out. Russell Norman at the Big Gay Out, he said, Colin Craig thinks a woman's place is in the kitchen and a gay man's place is in the closet.
Oh, well, look,
But is there a point where a woman has to clean a closet and it gets confusing? And let's face it, dressing your dog up as a policeman is not normal, but it's fucking fun,
And also, if a woman has to stay in the kitchen, how's she meant to vacuum the rest of the house? Like, you got to think about these issues, don't you?
If Colin Craig, if he thinks all gay people live in closets, that might explain why he only wears one suit.
I would love it if Colin Craig came and stayed at my house just for a week. I've got a dildo with his name on and I will make him my bitch so bad.
Yeah. I can't wait for Colin Craig to die and find out God's a gay woman. With a dildo with his name on it. And you can tell it's yours, Colin, because up towards the top it bends severely to the right. Good round of What's the Story. Team 1, you have the cost of the Winter Olympics, $52 billion US. Team 2, you can have Brendan McCullum's record-breaking second innings knock v India, 302.
Yes,
Team 1 wins. It is now time for Yes Minister of the Game, where we grab the politician, throw them questions press conference style until they crack, and say the word yes or no. Tonight our guest is a warden, farmer, factory worker, Presbyterian minister and celebrant. Please welcome Dunedin North Labor MP, David Clark. Thank you very much for joining us. Take it away, teams.
David, hi. Hi. It's nice to see you.
It's nice to see you too.
Good, that's all.
David, do you miss your mum, Helen?
You're the MP for Dunedin North. Do you think anyone in Dunedin North knows that? You have to ask these guys. Yeah, well, that's another thing.
Here's a question, Clarkie. Is Dunedin North just a flash way of saying Christchurch?
Dunedin North's the best electorate in the country.
David, you in the Labor Party, surely it should be your turn to be leader in a week or two.
Yeah. I prefer not to answer that question.
DC, Dunedin is known for its binge drinking culture. Do you drink much binge?
I don't even know what that is. Serious question, David. You're a Presbyterian minister, but you were pro same-sex marriage.
Correct.
And you've also been an Ironman contestant.
That is
what
true.
would it take to get you into the fight for life against Colin Craig?
Probably not that much.
You're a Presbyterian minister and I'm a Lesbiterian sister, so it's quite close. Does it also leave a funny taste in your mouth? I'm sadly...
Any
ironic thing is you both do a lot of good work down south.
Too good for us. We're not going to get you. David Clark, Dunedin North MP, thank you very much for playing. Yes, Master. So no points for that round, but stay with us. That is 7 days. Welcome back to 7 days. And it's time now for Slice of 7. And joining us at Forsyth Bar Stadium as the lights goes down this wonderful evening, three locals, Jake, Adam and Johnny, a.k.a. Summer Thieves. All right, teams, it's up to you to guess what stories they're singing about in their songs. Team 1, you are first up.
This boat is video, it's the only thing that will keep me safe. Emergency brace position, it was better than the one with for plenty white. Airline safety, I see some titties. Airline safety, covered in bikinis. Airline safety, I'm not really listening. Airline safety, because of the titty.
That is really great. I couldn't actually tell what they were saying, so I'm assuming that's a Fat Freddy's song. I did hear airline safety in there.
And Betty White.
And Betty White and titties. And there's
Well,
a
you
thing...
see, all I heard was titties. Which actually, to me, answers the question of what the story is.
There you go. So, yeah, it's about titties, and I'm pretty sure it's about the Air New Zealand new safety video, which is quite titty-heavy, Jeremy.
Yeah, well done, Team 1. Air New Zealand's latest safety video has raised eyebrows across the globe over the gratuitous use of bikini-clad Sports Illustrated models. I'm not so worried that it's sexist. I'm just worried that when I watch it, my penis will return to its upright position.
Yeah.
I don't think it's offensive. I think it's fucking pointless. I never thought I'd look back on the Richard Simmons Air New Zealand video as an artistic high point.
It's very distracting though. Like they're trying to tell you where the exits are, and all I can see is where a whole lot of entrances are. So.
Ben Hurley.
I was moved from an exit row once because they said, in the event of an emergency, would you be willing to help? And I looked her in the eye and said, I'm looking forward to it.
I saw the video and I do think it's a bit gratuitous, but they sort of justify it by saying it's the 50th anniversary of Sports Illustrated, hence the Sports Illustrated models. And I'll believe that when American Airlines puts the Briscoes lady on when it's the 50th anniversary of Briscoes here in New Zealand.
She'd be great for safety. The Briscoes lady would be amazing for a safety video. Yeah. If we're going down, don't worry, the wings are coming off. Off they go. Everyone's going down at the same time. Down, down, down. It's all down.
Your body, 50% off.
Dead. Going up north.
Heads off. All right, Team 2, your turn. What story is Summer Thieves covering here? Take it on.
I searched my boogie ball bag and found a dodgy leaf. For an illegal cigarette, they strapped those cuffs right on my feet. A lifetime in prison, and it seems a tad too long. If I was caught in Holland, then we'd all be round the ball. I got salvation, and I can still get high. Sold my story for 2 million, cause never used their water to buy. And I'm 9 years, is all I got. So remember that, and 9 years is all I got. So remember that, I said 9 years is all I got. So remember that,
This is the sexiest member of the Corby family. Jeremy, Chappelle Corby, she's on parole.
Yes, she has. You haven't quite nailed the story from this week. No, Bali Parole Board has advised Chappelle Corby to move out of her luxury villa and warned her not to go ahead with her planned TV tell-all as it could breach her parole conditions.
Her mother, I heard the greatest soundbite on the news when she was interviewed. She was like, oh, we are so happy. All day we've been dancing and singing and laughing and dry reaching. And... I'm so happy. My little girl.
I just can't stop packing the toilet. She has been offered this multi-million-dollar interview and a book deal and to star in the next Air New Zealand in-flight safety video. In Australia, we've actually got a new mathematical term, which is a Chappellelogram, which talks about a one-dimensional object that tries to talk all the time. Did you hear, earlier this week, there was a New Zealander arrested trying to smuggle a whole bunch of drugs into Bali. It's just typical of us, isn't it? Going, we've got to get one up.
Yeah, we should try and smuggle culture into Blenheim.
Make sure you check out their latest EP on Bandcamp. Big thank you to Dunedin's own Summer Thieves.
Yeah.
Good round of slice of 7. Team 1, you can have the number of incorrectly issued traffic tickets the police apologised for on Tuesday. 20,000 of them, yeah. And Team 2, you can have the capacity of Forsyth Bar Stadium here. 36,000. It does mean a century rooms. Well done. We're going to take a break. We'll be back very shortly on 7 Days. See you then. It's time now for Year Nah, a game where our panelists dust off their Year 11 debating skills and try and verbally outmaneuver each other. The moot this week is we should change the New Zealand flag. Team 1, you'll be yeah. Team 2, you'll be nah. Team 1, you're first.
Okay. The New Zealand flag, I think, is very much like Jeremy Corbett. We're all familiar with it, but it's had its time. If it's good enough for Team New Zealand to get sponsorship, why don't we sponsor the whole country? Let's have a New Zealand flag sponsored by some great New Zealand brands. Our New Zealand flag should be a kiwi with its beak in a jar of Marmite and its foot around a can of Speight's going, fuck you, Australia. That's what our flag should be.
I don't want to go into too much detail, but I think we should change it and make it more Kiwi-fied, like Paul said. Let's get it, you know, that's representative of the country. You know, let's get a bit of KFC stains on that flag. You know, maybe a bit of steak and cheese in the one corner, just a blob of it. Maybe a 1995 Mitsubishi. And then some sneakers over electricity wire.
Right on.
Thank you. Wonderfully argued so far. Why do we even have a flag anymore? Let's get rid of a flag altogether and just hang massive screens like this over our bridges and government buildings so we can put up whatever we feel like we're in the mood for. We make our flag look like other countries depending on how well they're doing. During the Winter Olympics, we put the Canadian flag up. During the Summer Olympics, we put somebody else's flag up. We can change the little thing in the corner. We can just have a big picture of Kim.com. Actually, sorry. It's always a big picture of Kim.com. And those 4 stars, you're right, we can change them. We can put Lord. We can put... That's it. Thank you. Very good. It's pretty powerful stuff there. We go over to the negative team. New Zealand should change its flag. Di?
The flag should stay the same. This chicken coop of wonderment you guys are rabbiting on about is ridiculous, New Zealand. Think of the bloody children. The reason why you should, if we change the flag, we've got to represent every district. Northland would need a weed leaf. You can't chuck a weed leaf on your flag. Blenheim, what are you going to put on? Nothing good came from Blenheim. You can't have a big gap on your flag. Hamilton, how would we represent them? Would need a weeping genital. You can't do that. You can't put a weeping genital on your country's flag. These people would have it. These people would have a dick weeping on our flag. Oh, mate. All I can sum this up is 3 words. Truth, justice,